Here is everything I got from the butchers yesterday, pretty much what I get every time. I'm going to explain the reason behind each item so you can see kind of the thinking with the diet and what we have to look for, and also how to kind of factor in budget, because we don't want to just spend an unlimited amount of money on food. We kind of look at what's the most bang for your buck. So to start with, let's look here at these frozen tubs of what looks like a bit of piss. These are actually bone broths, so frozen bone broths. I don't know if anyone else can find it out there, but pretty much in the UK, to get pre-made bone broths, they pretty much all got onion and garlic in. Now you can make your own, but I mean, can I be bothered saving all the bones, freezing them up and then putting them in a big pan, cooking it all up, cleaning it all up? Probably not. So my butcher, this is an important bit. My butcher, and they've got like a cafe next door, or where they do a load of cooking, a load of meals. They actually do their own bone broth with all the grass-fed bones that they get, really good meat, and they make their own bone broth pretty much. And what they do is, I have to ask them this, there are other ingredients in here. There's apple cider vinegar, there's pepper, and they strain vegetable through it, of which includes onion and garlic, which, if you already know, pretty low FODMAP for AS and pretty low FODMAP when you're trying to deal with gut problems. The good thing with it, and the thing to look at, is the onion and garlic isn't mixed in. It's actually just sieved through. So it's like a garlic infused oil. It's like flavoring. I keep asking them this just to check, but I mean, I've drank these for years now and been fine. They should be okay, even though the garlic and onion infused through it. I just can't find anywhere else that does good bone broth. And for this price, £1.50 per tub. Like, I mean, some people are paying like a tenner for a bag, as I've seen online. But yeah, that's the bone broth. Eggs, we've got free range eggs. Now these aren't pasture raised, I don't think, and they aren't organic special feed. However, it's a local farm. The chickens are looked after properly, free range, they can move about. And well, they say they get the best eggs. Our hens have the best diets, where we make 100% of our feed on the premises, homegrown grain. So still grain fed, they're not fully foraging, but it's much better than caged hens that are eating crap. And the price of those, £2.50 per tub. So obviously if you're gonna, per 6. So if you're gonna you can get pasture raised ones for much more expensive, but £2.50, that's pretty decent. That's cheaper than like the more expensive ones in the supermarket. With the eggs as well, the chickens get to roam around. They're fed decent feed, not too much crap in it. It's going to show up in the eggs and the quality of the eggs. And these always have a nice colour to them, the yolk, which is a good sign. These here, again, this is for the freezer. We got sausages. Now, these ain't cheap. Morrison's used to do a good sausage, a good Cumberland sausage with the ingredients just spot on. No onion, garlic, no gluten. These sausages, pork, natural casing, and rice, would you believe, as like the binder or the filler. Making these spot on, and obviously the pork is organic pork. Price though, let's look at price. Rice pork, so I got 4 packs, came to £27. Let's do our maths. Is that about £7 each? Just over £7 pretty much. 7, 14, 21, 28, yeah. £7 per pack, which is expensive for sausages. Probably double the price, pretty much, compared to a supermarket, which actually, you jump from conventional to organic, usually I assume 3 to 4 times more. So double is all right, actually. And yeah, we get the good ingredients, remove the FODMAPs. Such a pain, the onion and garlic, isn't it? Such a pain. But when you've got gut problems and you've got a real dysbiotic gut, you just can't be putting in loads of prebiotic foods in, and foods that are going to stoke the fire, because you're basically feeding a dysbiotic gut further. Perhaps you're healthy, got a good functioning gut, onion and garlic are great for you, they work for you, but not when you're trying to beat autoimmune disease. Also, we have frozen bone marrow again. It's all frozen, it's all been in the freezer. I'll show you an actual clip from this morning where I cooked up or grilled up 2 of these, so you can see what they look like. But luckily, well, what's great, when I go in, I just call up, get them to pre-make it for me, like chop it up if it's not ready. And he's got some fat marrow in, you'll see from the clip. Have this first thing in the morning. Yeah, it takes a long time to get all this grilled up and cleaned. Pretty much that is completely free most of the time. They just chuck that in. It's not really something they sell. I just go in and ask for it, as other people do. And they just do it free with the rest of with everything else. I swear some of these are sold for like £5 a pack I've seen in Morrison's. So very handy. If you can get a good relationship with a butcher, it helps you out big time. And finally, we have, again, I'll show you the actual clip. It's going to go in today, actually. It's going to go in the slow cooker. This is organic pork shoulder, bone in, because it's going in the slow cooker. Let's get all the bone, all the connective tissue in there. It's actually cheaper as well when you get bone in, so it kind of works out the same per meat, but you're getting the benefit of the bone. This will be slow cooked all day today, 8 to 10 hours, probably pull it apart, maybe mix in some tomatoes, some herbs, potentially some gluten-free pasta, rice flour pasta with it. So why the pork shoulder and why the further pork choices with the sausages and nothing else? So when we haven't got a magic wand of money and we want to spend ridiculous amounts, the best choices you can make to get organic is definitely pork and chicken, even though I wouldn't really go with chicken that much, to be honest. Pork's brilliant, but you really want to, we don't really want to, but it's handy if you can get it organic. You get much more benefits for your money with the pork, just because they're monogastric, meaning that the food they eat is more likely to show up in the meat. So if they're eating poor quality food full of antibiotics, full of crap, it's more likely to show up in the fat, and the linoleic acid from the food that they're fed, which is basically when they're fed a lot of seed oils, that's more likely to go into the fat of the pork. Whereas organic pork, obviously they're eating better food, so you're going to get better quality meat. I read all about this in the Sacred Cow by Rob Wolf. Super interesting book if you want to understand how it all works in terms of like organic and grass-fed and what's worth it nutritionally, what's better, worth the price, and all about the environmental side of it as well. So that's why I go with pork. And beef, on the other hand, yes, grass-fed beef's better, organic beef's better. You're not getting all the antibiotics that's in what the cows are eating, pretty much if they're eating just low quality feed, and obviously they're pumped up to deal with infections. It doesn't sound great when you say it like that, but they've shown nutritionally in this same book that the meat quality still comes out nutritionally pretty much the same. Now the antibiotics I'm not certain about. So yes, ideally you get grass-fed organic everything, but that's a lot of money to understand that. So the priorities to make are probably getting some organic grass-fed pork. That's the route I take anyway. And the same with lamb and venison as well. Doesn't need to be fancy grass-fed, panda massaged, fully nails painted meat for it to be good quality. So save that. Save a bit of money there, get good quality from the supermarket. Price for the pork shoulder on the bone is £14 a kilo, so that was 1.4 kilos, £20. How much did all this cost? So £77.53, if you can see that there, if it's focused. Now, I mean, it's not everything I eat. You can kind of decide whether that's expensive or not. It is expensive, obviously. Getting organic pork and sausages is expensive. The bone broth and the eggs, like that's not too expensive. I know you can get cheaper, or you just don't drink bone broth, but like that's pretty good price. That is a pretty good price. So there's everything I got from the butchers. If you know anything extra that's a clever idea to ask your butcher or something you do, let me know in the comments. And yeah, let me know if you think that's expensive or not, or if you can get something cheaper. I'm super interested. See you later.